Well, initially we came here because my 12-year-old son has hydrocephalus. And hydrocephalus is when your cerebral spinal fluid builds up in your brain. It's not filtering out at the rate it should. So he actually had pressure in his brain, put pressure on his eyes. So, and it's extremely common for kids with hydrocephalus to have these vision problems. Not eyesight problems, but the vision, the way, you know, the eyes tracking together and that kind of thing because of the pressure. So, fortunately, I'd gone to a doctor who happened to mention vision therapy, which I didn't even know existed. So we brought my son, and he was a great candidate for it. We actually corrected his lifelong problems. I think he was about 10 years old when we did. And it was beginning to show up in school. He was doing fine until they really were starting to do more intense reading. And literally within about 3 intensive months, we reversed his issues. The next year, that was over the summer, the next year at school, he went up 2 grade levels, back on track. And life-changing for him. But what was funny is at the same time, I realized I was having some vision issues as well. And so I got tested, and lo and behold, I was a candidate also. Of course, all this made me think about was, well, if I am, there gotta be plenty of other people out there, like a lot. And mine was mostly due to the fact that I had been spending an intense amount of time on my computer without breaks. And so many of us are doing that now, particularly with COVID. And all the kids are on for, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. So I was definitely noticing these visual changes over the course of maybe a year. And I'd gone to three different eye doctors asking about why does my vision, at the end of the day when I'm tired, it gets, things kind of go wonky. And they couldn't find anything. They all told me there was nothing wrong. And I said, there is something wrong. I know there's something wrong, and I don't understand why you're telling me that there's not. I even went to Johns Hopkins, to the Wilmer Eye Institute, and so that was really disappointing. And then that's around when I heard about Applebaum Vision. I guess this is a long story, but and we started coming, and my son's was really quick in resolving his, because I think he's young. Mine took a little bit longer, but you start noticing differences, right away, especially if you're doing the homework. And I realized a couple things. I realized, first of all, my eye health was in my own care. Like I knew how to take care of it. And I was so glad to have answers to what I knew were problems that a lot of people were telling me didn't exist. That's so frustrating. I love coming to vision therapy. It's really fun. It's fascinating. It's just intellectually, I love, I'll ask the doctor, okay, so, what is this exercise doing? And so get into that aspect of it too. But the exercises are fun. They're varied, so you never get bored. And also just everyone who's working down there and helping out is really nice. It's just a nice, it's a nice place to come. I don't think I had that big an aha. I think it was more for my son. What we realized, and I watched it when we did the initial testing. I was keenly watching what Dr. Applebaum was doing, and I realized, oh my God, my son can't see the midline. this right here, he can't see what's between these two lines. Well, of course he has trouble reading. Of course he has trouble writing. He's only seen out here. Oh my God, it was a revelation. And I was really disappointed that the school he was in, which was a specialty school, and they did, every other kind of reading therapy and writing and, or Gillingham and all those. They were doing all those and I was paying for it. But what good is that if he can't see the page? So that was a huge revelation, and it took the pressure off him. He realized, okay, I'm not dumb. I mean, he had sort of been labeled, not smart, and it just wasn't true. So that was a relief for him and for me. And then also what we realized is in space, he had sort of a blind spot, almost like where you are, so that if someone threw a ball, it would disappear from you up to about 2 feet and then reappear right in front of his face. And which must be really scary to have things coming at you and then they disappear and reappear. But it also made sense, why certain sports, ball sports, weren't easy for him. Again, a revelation and a relief for him, I think, that it was just his eyes, just his vision. And then we corrected it. And this is a great story. So he did the few months of therapy and he got checked off. You're great, you're good to go. And that was in the summer, and he started taking tennis lessons again. I am telling you, the first tennis lesson he had after finishing therapy, he clobbered every single ball. He didn't miss a single ball. The most beautiful shots went right over. I mean, it was like a miracle, and he was so proud of himself. I honestly think it should be like going to your doctor every year. You should get your your vision checked, and not just your eyesight, not just whether you're 20/20, but how your eyes are tracking together. And if one eye is shutting off and not doing its share of the work. And I don't have all the technical terms, but people do physical therapy with a lot of regularity. This should unfortunately be another kind of therapy that we do to maintain our eye health.